Hey there, everybody. Good morning. Friday Conscious Coffee. So, I just wanted to make sure to get this conscious coffee done today. And as I was all about the commitment stuff from yesterday, right? Commit to 2 or 3 times for the week, and here I am, third time for the week, getting conscious coffee out. So maybe next week I can get the same done, get back on a normal schedule, which would be really, really good. As you can see, I'm not really conscious. That, and I fell asleep with my mascara on, my eyeliner on, and oh my goodness. It's not a good thing to do. I actually may have to go and I fell asleep with it, and then, well, now my eyes are all watering and stuff. So, you get to walk around my bedroom while I try to figure out what the heck I'm going to do to get my eyes not to water here. In just a second. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that was my art. That's me over there painting different things I have on the wall. So, I'm going to just be a little bit teary-eyed. This stupid mascara. I'm not really crying. I'm just crying because I have mascara. Okay, so today's conscious coffee, I titled it Take It Off, Baby. And I thought that would be just a catchy little thing to, well, it's a catchy little title, right? And here I am in a little nightgown. But as I enter this weekend, Friday, cycle, my day ends around 3:30, 4 o'clock today, and I'm heading off and going down to San Antonio, and I'm going to go enjoy the river walk, and I'm going on a wine tour tomorrow over to Fredericksburg, and I'm going to go sample some wines out at the vineyards and eat some good food and just enjoy the weekend. Let's completely take off the weekend and enjoy it and really just sink down into my body and enjoy. Heavy on the joy portion of that. So my message this morning as I was making my coffee was the message of doing just that, was self-care based, and this message has been coming up for me frequently, even though I do a lot of self-care, and I tend to think that my life has a lot of self-care in it already. I'm being made aware that there's always space for a little bit more self-care. And to live a life of true self-care, well, that's really the important thing. To how can we structure our lives so that there is more care going on than torture and frustration and forcing going on. And, as we look at our lives and we just try to decide what it is that we want to have happen in our lives, what it is that we really would like to achieve in our lives, and that life, because I write a lot about living a freedom-based life, living a fuck yes life, having a life that you just really enjoy living, that's not existing, right? I mean, shit, my tagline is stop existing, start living, because 98% of humankind exist. We tend to exist. I know I existed for years. Some years I existed better than others, but I just existed. I was not really living. I was raising my children. I was praying to God that I could pay the power bill, that I wasn't going to lose my home or my car, that I would have enough money to make ends meet at the end of the day. And debt stacked up, of which I am actually getting almost all my debt paid off outside of my car. All my debt will be paid off by the end of the year. And we're talking about debt, some of it I've had around for the last 10 years. And it's finally just gone, because I finally leveled up my life to that point that I can just go, you know what? I'm no longer going to just allow this in my life. I'm no longer allow the low vibration that being in debt makes me feel. So I'm going to just clear that shit out, and I'm going to, which kind of is like self-care to me, because when I start doing things like that, I feel so dang good that it is a self-care thing. If I really want to care for myself, if I really want to pamper myself, then why wouldn't I do the things that's going to make me feel good in all areas? It's like paying off debts, like going down and touring the boardwalk and Fredericksburg. Why wouldn't I go and do those things? And just like I booked a trip to Jamaica as well. Why wouldn't I go and book the trip to Jamaica or to Greece or Italy or some other place, that I've been looking at for the last little bit? Go ahead and take those adventures, even though it might be, I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the money to do it. Kendall, I don't have that freedom that you have. So how would I go about doing those things? That's when you kind of go and you look, well, what is it that I need to do to open up my life so that I can have those kinds of opportunities? If you're stuck in that 9-to-5 job, but you really are not that 9-to-5 person, or you're not doing what you really love doing, well, right there is where your self-care needs to start. You need to look at your life. You need to start examining, am I happy with my life picture? Am I settling over here? It's just like, if we're not a fuck yes to it, then we're a fuck no to it. And we have to get real about just that right there. And sometimes that needs to be drastic decisions of really making big time changes. And I've had plenty of those. I ended up moving to Texas just because of this, making a drastic decision, because, well, Washington, I lived up in Seattle prior to Dallas, and I lived up there for 9 years, and it just was not my fuck yes anymore. I didn't know it right away, but once I got on the Dallas wagon, I started realizing, oh my God, like I love Seattle, love Seattle. And Seattle's always going to be another home to me. But I had overstayed my welcome in Seattle. I really, really had. It just was not in alignment to my soul at all anymore. And once I came down to Dallas, my life blossomed. So everywhere that it was being held back, it just started cleaning itself up. Now, some of that cleanup was not very fun, granted, okay? Had to go through a divorce, had to lose my house, had to lose my family car with my ex-husband, had to do this, had to do that. I mean, like, I had a lot of stuff take place that really, was like, ouch, that's scary as fuck to do. But looking back, and here's the beauty of being able to move through something, and then when we look back, can we see, if this hadn't happened just like that, then I wouldn't be where I'm at. Well, I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in right now. Now, sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad, right? But remember, that's all in our perception. All in our perception, because in this current moment, what is going on? Well, we've manifested it. We can't really get out of this current moment, right? What it is what it is. But if we want to continue having exactly what this is in this moment, then we have to ask ourselves, is this the kind of norm that I want for my life? Is this the thing that I want to have consistently in my life? Because if this is if it is right now, then do I want it as my is of 5 minutes from now, my is of this afternoon, my is of tomorrow, or next week, or next month? What do I want? Because guess what? We as individuals get to choose what our norm is. And we don't have to accept anything that's just being presented to us. If we really don't like it, if it really doesn't feel good to us, feel right to us, then we just have to acknowledge, hey, this doesn't feel good. This I'm just not enjoying. I'm not liking it. I understand that I have to move through this right now, but how I move through whatever it is right now will determine what my is of tomorrow, next week, next month, next year is, okay? So you are constantly creating your norm by looking at how you react. And the more you react in fear and doubt and frustration, well, the more you're going to get events that create fear, doubt, and frustration, right? So if you have something really, really bad happen, and I shared a little bit of this on a couple of videos yesterday, was that, like I had a flat tire that happened on Tuesday to me, and it came out of nowhere. And I could have reacted a different way, which I know that a lot of people would have. But I chose to go, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Let's go have our dinner. Let's grab a Lyft. Let's go have dinner. Let's have an enjoyable night. It's just money. It's just a tire. We can come back. It can get fixed. Not a big deal. And you know what ended up being? Not a big deal. It wasn't a big deal because I didn't make it a big deal. And here we were, stranded at like midnight, okay, with no tire shops open, and the tire did not want to get fixed. It was not just an easy fix, and I had no spare tire because I drive a Buick Enclave, and there's no spare tires in Buick Enclaves, come to find out. I have this little tire thing that blows air into the tire and puts some sealant into the tire, and that's it. But when you have a gaping hole in your tire, well, that just doesn't work so well. But in that moment, myself and the man that I was with, we both had a decision to make. And the point is just this. We had a decision to make. Now, we were on our way to a wine dinner, which is kind of like a self-pampering thing, right? He had found this really cool place that on diners, dives, and drive-thrus, and we wanted to go check it out, and they were having a wine night, and they were known for their food, and we both love lobster bisque, and it was just it was a cool evening out, so I was like, we're going to go grab a bowl of lobster bisque, go to this wine tasting event, and just really enjoy the evening, because over the summer, I haven't done a whole lot of things like that. I've been very focused on taking care of some very serious stuff going on in my life. So it's now time to pamper and treat, because I've been in my masculine energy, working my ass off to get different things done. And now it's time to loosen it up, treat myself a little bit, and get into the flow, right? To get back into my feminine flow of creation and sharing and all that stuff. And he knows this, so he's looking for these opportunities, like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. Now, I could have, in that moment with that flat tire, I could have chosen differently. I could have said, no, this is a big negative is in my life. Why do things like this always happen? Why doesn't God just let up on me? Can't I have just one night of peace? Can't, oh my God, not another $300 for a tire, not this, not that, blah, blah, blah. I could have been like, oh my God, freaking out, what's going to happen to my car? What's this, what's that? Now we're late, or maybe we're not even going to the wine dinner. No. I made this decision in this moment that none of that was going to happen, that my is, was, and is of positive. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And that's what it became. It became not a big deal. We went to the wine tasting. It was good. We enjoyed a good bowl of lobster bisque. It was really good. It was really, really good. Chef Point Restaurant, if you're in the Dallas area ever. It is a little gas station, and they have killer food. But, what is your is? What are you accepting? What are you making a big deal out of? Are you taking the time? Are you creating more suffering time or more pleasure time? Because you got to look for the pleasure. You've got to look for the pleasure. Realize that we evolve in two different ways. We evolve through pain or through pleasure. We learn lessons through pain or through pleasure. So, how do you want to learn? How do you want to evolve? I know what I vote for. We are going to get a little bit of both, no matter what we ultimately choose. But even though we're never going to escape either one of those, the thing to remember is that whichever side of the fence you choose to really learn and grow and evolve through is the side that you're going to experience more of. So take off the time that you need. Take off and go do what you need to go do, and experience what you need to go experience in joy, in love, in adventure, in like that childlike enthusiasm of just really truly experiencing life. Go do that. Where is that little bubble of like, little bubbles in your stomach, and that adventure can bring you, that first kiss can bring you, that a touch can bring you, that buying something new can bring you, that, stepping out on the limb and leaping into, with faith, into the career that you want to, going back to school potentially, maybe buying a house or moving from an apartment to a house, having, conceiving a baby, whatever it might be, whatever those goals are. What is it that you need to do to say yes to yourself? Because saying yes to yourself is one of the biggest self-care things that you can do. So say yes to yourself and just take off all that negativity. Take off the no's to yourself and look in the mirror and go, what is it that brings me joy? What is it that really makes me feel good? Those are the things I want you asking yourself as you go into this weekend and you look at the experiences that you have, or that the norm that you are potentially are living. What is your norm? Is this your current norm? Do you want it to be your norm of the next 5 years? Do you want it to be your norm of the next 10 years? If you're a no, then change your norm. Change your norm so that you're not doing this in the next 5 years. If you love it, if it is absolutely phenomenal, like you're living the dream life and it is exactly the way you want, and it's you are like rocking it out, and you're like, woo, I just, I wake up and I don't care if it's Monday. I'm not looking at hump day. I'm not saying, thank God it's Friday. No, I'm not saying any of that stuff. I love my life. I am joy, joy, joy. It is exciting. Sure, shit happens, but oh my God, I have a phenomenal life. Then congratulations. Congratulations on finding your path, on living according to your soul's alignment and desires, and doing the things that you want to do. But if you are not that, if you wake up and if you look at today and you go, oh my God, it's Friday. Yay for Friday, because I get to take the weekend off. Thank God it's Friday. If Sunday night you're sitting there and you're like flipping through the stations or doing whatever you do on Sundays, and you're like, oh man, I got this going on, that going on. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow morning. I'm not looking, Monday morning, damn. I wish I could go sink my ass in the sand, and just chill someplace on a beach because I don't want to go to work. Well, then that's a norm that you probably want to look at changing a little bit, or getting right with in some way, so that you don't have that feeling, because that feeling, that is a low-grade feeling that's going to go permeate throughout your life in so many different areas, and it's going to stick its nasty little head up in the areas that you definitely don't want it to, and cause a little ruckus there. So you need to look at those things that make you happy or don't make you happy. What are you doing to live a life of self-pleasure? And remember, living a life of self-pleasure is not just about massages and organic chocolate and roses and travel and all this and that, right? It's not just about a constant orgasm, we'll say. But finding your orgasm in everything that you do is definitely important. And that means that feel-good feeling. Self-care is about knowing your yeses and your nos, and stating your yeses and your nos, being authentic about it and doing just that. Yes, no, I'm good with this, I'm not good with this, because every time you say yes or no, it needs to always be a yes to you. That's ultimate self-care. That's where you need to start to strive for. I know that I do. I fall down all the time as well because I am human. There's no such thing as perfection in this department, but I can tell you that as you're striving for perfection, the happier you're going to be, the better you're going to feel, and you're going to have beautiful boundaries, and you're going to have, just beautiful experiences coming to you. You're going to be smiling and happy and just that person that's on fire, and everybody's going to go, I want some of what she's having. I want some of what he's having, because, oh my gosh, you are so turned on to life. You are so just amazing. That's what you want to have happen, right? You want to just be that person that's like, wow, what did they drink, right? Were they smoking? Well, you can have that. You can have that. It's up to you. So what does your self-pleasure look like? And how can you improve it? As always, guys, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com, or you can follow me right here. Make sure to hit the little share button. Help me get these conscious coffees out there, these little bit longer lessons that I do on success principles and spiritual principles, and just living a life that is truly, truly abundant and full of joy and very conscious. So being aware, which is why I call it conscious coffee, is because it's about living consciously and in integrity with self and with spirit, with God. So help me by clicking the little share button. Love it, like it, make a comment, tag a friend. It's all good. Just remember, especially hit the little share button down there. But your love is much appreciated. Facebook loves it when you love it. So let me get this out there to the population, communities and everything, and share this kind of a message so that everybody can be leading a life of bliss, a life of freedom-based living, and in that fuck yes status. Imagine a world that was, say, a fuck yes lifestyle for everybody. Oh my gosh, how happy would this world be ultimately? Be really damn cool, right? Okay, guys, let me see, announcements. You are going to see coming out later today my 5-week intensive course that's going to be a Facebook Live workshop. It's called Embrace Your Power, Claim Your Life, and it is designed to be 5 weeks intensive training to help you achieve just what we're talking about here. I'm going to be teaching the principles, the tools to get you from wherever you're at to really truly living a life of joy and just feeling empowered and strong and claiming your life and living in integrity. Most of all, definitely living in integrity. So we're going to be working on boundaries. We're going to be working on authentic communication. We're going to be working on joy and desire and a whole bunch of other stuff. This course is going to be taught here on Facebook over the next 5 weeks. There's going to be weekly trainings, audio trainings, and video trainings. There's going to be tons of downloads, and you get 2 focus calls with me. That's 2 focus sessions with me. Something that a lot of people I know have wanted, and I just have not done in any of my workshops, but I am offering up 2 focus sessions for anybody in this course so that you can definitely get targeted attention as to what you need to do to really achieve the life that you want, to really truly feel empowered, embracing your power, claiming your life, and living out loud. Okay, look for that to come out later today, and make sure that you go to the page and sign up. There is going to just be limited room on that because I am doing the focus sessions, which is pulling from my actual client schedule. So you will be my private client, getting the same treatment that my private clients get, basically, for scheduling on my calendar for the next 5 weeks as well. So remember, 2 focus sessions, big. It'll be a really, really good thing. So want to talk to me, want to get a little bit of coaching, want to get some insight on stuff, this is the course that's going to bring that to you and at a discounted rate on top of it. So hope you enjoy. I hope to see you at this course, and I will catch you guys Monday morning with another Conscious Coffee. Okay. Love you, and have a blissed out, fucking amazing self-pleasure weekend.